He is a crafty veteran playmaker from Slovenia.
I was short and skinny. Basically, at the first day when I received basketball, I was playing as a point guard.
When I'm on the court, this is, for me, fun. No?
Whose basketball career originated on the international stage.
I would say this was one of the crucial moments in my career, so I make one step higher to come to the NBA.
Just making it look easy.
For this European native, making it in America means everything.
¿Cómo estás? I was always dreaming to play in NBA, represent my country as an ambassador.
1, 2, 3, champion!
And now he brings his astute artistry to Miami. Goran, pedal to the metal. Get another one.
That's what he does so well.
When you have an opportunity to get a top-flight point guard, you take that chance right when you can.
When you find the right place, I want to stay there as long as possible. This is the right place.
Inside the Heat, Goran Dragic. Welcome to Inside the Heat. I am Jason Jackson. Goran Dragic grew up in Europe, but his basketball is all-American, a skill set so coveted that the Miami Heat traded for him and then signed him long-term after 2 stints in Phoenix and a stop in Houston. But before we get to the basketball, let's learn about the man who was just that by the time he got to America. So let's rewind back to the childhood and see if the Dragon can picture a thing or two about that time. Goran, thank you for joining us. As you can see right here on the table, we have a collage of your existence. First of all, there's this awesome picture of you and your brother. What comes to mind when you see that picture?
Love between the 2 brothers. Yeah. We were really close, and you know how great we had a childhood. Our parents, they did an amazing job, and I would like to thank them. See, it's always awesome to see those pictures and to go back to those memories.
Pronounce the name of the city where you're from. There are a lot of letters.
Yeah, Ljubljana.
Okay, I'm gonna let you say that.
Yeah. It's tough, I know.
Exactly. What type of town is that like for someone that hasn't been there?
It's a really lovely town, a lot of culture, you know, history. In the center of the city, it's like a square, and it's like a small mountain, and on top of the mountain is a castle. And, you know, it's a really small town, only 200,000 people, so it's a lovely place.
Who's that tall, strapping gentleman right there?
This is my father. He was a non-professional soccer player. After when, of course, ex-Yugoslavia fell apart and the war started going on, he came as a refugee to Slovenia, and then he met my mom, and then how me and Zoki came on this planet. But he was working as a driving instructor. Me and Zoki, we learned to drive a car when we were 10, 11 years old in a parking spot. So
you're making me jealous, man.
It was fun.
That should take us to our next photo here.
Oh,
It's right there. Yeah, he put that thing up. Now it looks like that thing was handmade. You didn't run down.
Oh, yeah,
That's not
handmade.
Sports Authority.
No.
You didn't go. Yeah.
This was at my grandfather's house. It's in the mountains. Like you see, it's just plain grass and the tree. And, you know, me and my grandfather and my dad, we made this basket by ourselves. You cannot dribble the ball, but we were dunking, shooting, and we were playing basketball and eating at the same time.
Following in their father's footsteps, Goran and Zoran grew up playing soccer until an injury caused a switch to basketball.
I opened my leg at soccer, and then when I came home, my mom said, you know, soccer, you need to play even if it's winter, if it's raining, you know. Try to choose some different sport.
Let's go indoors.
Yeah, let's go indoors. And you know, all my best friends, they were playing basketball, and that's how I went to basketball. And I think so it was a good choice.
Well, let's get right to it. There it is. Tell me about that photo right there. Where are we taking that picture?
Ooh, this was a middle school.
Okay.
This was my first team, and Branko was my first coach for basketball, and I'm in jersey number 22. I was short and skinny. I was fast. So basically, at the first day when I received basketball, I was playing as a point guard, you know, and it was just hanging out with your friends, you know, go to the games and try to compete against other schools.
It is customary in Europe to learn multiple languages, and in the short time that I've known Goran, I'm always excited by the fact that he speaks several languages, 4 to be exact: Slovenian, Serbian, Spanish, and English.
The first 2 languages that I learned was Slovenian and Serbian, and I think so that was the easiest too, because my father is Serbian and my mom is Slovenian. So I learned the both languages at the same time when I was growing up. The third one, Spanish one, I had to learn when I was playing in Spain 1 year when I was 17, 18 years old. And from this day I can use it.
Mi decisión es muy fácil porque yo sabía que puedo ganar muchos títulos aquí con Miami Heat.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Placer.
Listen, I got the international language right here. That's love.
Oh.
That's love right there. Walk us through what we're looking at right here, because this is, first of all, the lady of your life. This is the culture.
Yeah.
This is feeling like royalty.
So this was my wedding. Like I said, my father is Serbian, so he's a Christian Orthodox. This is a tradition, especially in Serbia, for Orthodox people. When you get married, you get a crown on your head. And then, you do your vows and everything. You go through the whole procedure. On the end, we put one family together. It was awesome feeling and even awesome memories.
The Dragic's wedding day was extra special because the family also christened their firstborn, Mateo. And recently, in the summer of 2015, they welcomed a daughter.
When Victoria was born, I was there one day and I came to Miami. So basically, she's gonna be 3 months now. They're coming in a few days, so I'm really excited. Maya, she's doing an amazing job. She's trying to prepare them. Dad is going to work, Dad is going to play basketball. I can't wait to see them.
Like most European players, Goran Dragic's career began as a teenager. That's right, professionally playing basketball before the age of 18. That, coupled with intense international play for his national team, have all come together to form the player he is today. Goran, you, like most European players, you started playing professionally very young. Yes. Tell us, what's the name of this park here?
This is a club,
okay,
and it's called Illyria.
Gotcha.
This is my first club that I started, you can say, professionally.
Gotcha.
Basketball.
So for people that don't understand, explain the club dynamic that exists in Europe that's not the same as like high school or AAU or college here.
Back in Europe, we don't have colleges like, of course we have colleges,
but your sports aren't there.
Not sports. You cannot play professionally over there, and that's why all the young kids, they're going to clubs. Right. I started my career in Illyria when I was 12, and then I signed my first contract when I was 16. So you can say when I started my professional basketball career when I was 16.
How was that experience when you're that young, signing a contract?
At that time, it's a big deal. I mean,
I would imagine.
Then you start thinking, okay, I can be professional. We get like a paper, so you can eat twice a day in some restaurants, and then you get like $200 a month, and it's a huge. When you're 16, you can go to movies, you can buy shoes, and it was funny thing. That first paycheck, it lasts maybe for 1 day, 2 days, and it was already gone.
At the age of 16, Goran played on multiple club teams in the EuroLeague, Domestic League, and in the Adriatic League. He played year-round with these teams in a grind of a schedule, but it was during these times that a young Goran grew his game.
I always liked to play fast. I was always crafty. I was so dominant in penetration that I always get a lot of layups. But then, when you play EuroLeague or Spanish League, I was working a lot on my shot. Try to put a different aspect of game inside.
When I'm on the court, I feel like this is like for me fun. No?
So we're in the mid-2000s here, right? This is some good stuff. I heard some championship experiences are starting to occur here.
Oh yes, this was my first year that I played in EuroLeague, and of course for Union Olympia we won championship. This was the year that the NBA scouts, they saw me. I would say this was one of the crucial moments in my career, so I make one step higher to come to the NBA.
All right, let's get some national pride out here. You got you and Zoki together here for Team Slovenia, right?
Yes. It's always nice to play for my country, to represent them, to represent my people. Last year was the first time that I didn't play, but from day one, to last year, I was always playing.
Goran represented Team Slovenia with his brother Zoran alongside in both 2011 and 2013, where they would help their country earn a spot in the FIBA World Championship.
How great is it that you have this experience with your brother as well?
It's awesome. Me and my brother, 3 years difference in age. And, we never had this chance to play together. We're only against each other 1 year. And now, when we both can play for national team, that's an unbelievable experience because we can spend some time together. And my family, they always come to the game. They always travel with us. So basically, it's like one big reunion.
With a huge heart for his hometown, Goran continues to leave his imprint on Slovenia by annually hosting camps for youth in the summer. This is adoration right here. I mean, they love some Goran Dragic right here. What do you like most about putting on these clinics for these young people?
Just to see their smiles. I mean, I never had this kind of opportunity when I was young. We didn't have those kind of camps. I was always dreaming someday to play in NBA and to be a successful player so I can give something back.
So the grassroots of your nation to, big time right here. This is the apple of inspiration for your humanitarian efforts. What does this type of recognition mean to you?
It means a lot. It means that I'm on the right track, that I'm doing something good for my nation, for kids, for people who was fighting for our country, and they established this country, so I had a good childhood, and I'm trying to do the same thing, of course, and on a different level, especially try to represent my country as a basketball player, as an ambassador. It's always nice to receive these kind of awards.